Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. The troupe suffered fallout from the bathroom ordeal that began at Chateau Nemesis. Tyler fastened a cloak into a kilt and gave Dell his pants along with his jug of alchemy, which produced only mayonnaise, leaving it to Rumpleforeskin to lead a firefighting robot over to Dell to finally spray her off. Meanwhile, New Rogue began the Dr. Deputy's first lesson in prayer, but was interrupted by Shadow Nemesis, and an argument ensued in which Dell pushed Shadow Nemesis out the window. Shadow Nemesis left to rest at Denton Arthur's house, but soon found himself face to face with a demoness. Will he survive this surprise encounter? I doubt it.
We have 4 heroes who are in fact 4 sketch comedians with no history of heroism who were performing at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Their sketch group was named Wet Change. And they were sucked through the mists into Ravenloft, the horror realm of Dungeons and Dragons, where they had been brought by the god of the mists, Ezra, who had been attempting to summon heroes and accidentally got very, very brave in a sense of standing in front of crowds, comedians. During their time in Ravenloft, they were inside a horror realm, a relatively small one. They had to conquer 3 villains and collect 3 magical items, which changed their team so greatly. Over the course of their adventures, Guy Bradford, one of our favorite sketch comedians, died. He has no memory of who he was before. He came back as New Rogue, a name that he gave himself. He has ghostly hands and feet that hurt and or melt and or kill just about anything that he touches. And having come back with his new personality and no memory, he has dedicated himself to Ezra, the god of the mists, hoping to support, heal, and protect his friends. Del Borovic, stage manager and visual artist, picked up the reality blade, a blade/stylus that can carve and draw into the very fabric of reality itself. And using this, she has become a visual bard, one of the very first, according to the not very good guy who taught her, visual bards in the history of D&D. So she is able to use that magical item to be able to draw her magic and will it into being instead of the traditional sing-songy route. She also is able to communicate, and by able, I mean sort of has to, and it's as much a curse as a blessing, with ghosts. So she's constantly being ruffled by an invisible supernatural wind. Tyler Hewitt. He claimed the crown of thorns, or as he learned after the voice clarified, when it merged with him, it became a little clearer that it was the crown of horns. He now has green skin, massive horns, and some magical abilities, along with the ability to take off his pinky and leave it places. He hasn't used that very often because it's gross. He has been training and has mastered the powers of a blade singer, so he is the rare kind of wizard that likes to beat the shit out of things with swords. He was trained by an insane homeless man named Tyler Hecklin, and he was abused in an alley for a week until he does magic instinctively. Whenever he summons his powers, he imagines himself back in that alley being attacked by the man who trained him or by a collection of the men who trained him, depending on the opponents that he is facing. But perhaps most dramatically of all, there is Adam McNamara, who became Shaddam, who became Shadow Nemesis. Possessed by a symbiote that can feed either on the brains of his victims or just by wasting people's time, Adam took up the mantle of the Black Knight and adopted one of the Black Knight's evil squires, moving forwards and declaring himself a villain as he became corrupted either by the realm or realistically, because it happened in like 48 hours, by his own attention span. He also adopted a daughter, the daughter of someone that he murdered inside Ravenloft. She didn't know the truth for a while, so he led an evil makeshift family before she eventually discovered that he was the one who had betrayed her and turned against him. Having defeated the big, big bad of this first realm, Shadow Nemesis rose to become the Dark Lord of this dark domain, only then discovering, along with the rest of the party, that when one becomes a Dark Lord, the domain becomes your own personal hell, preying on your insecurities and weaknesses to guarantee that you're never satisfied. But luckily for this band, they have to keep traveling, because for them to be able to free Ezra and thus themselves, they have to go to 4 different realms and kill 4 Dark Lords, all taking power so that they can finally effect some change. Adam has already completed this journey, but they moved on to a new realm. Shadow Nemesis luckily received another squire. After his first one died, his second one learned how to do not very effective magic and then turned against him, but he has another one now. Unfortunately, over the course of some hijinks with dolls, where all of our heroes were trapped inside doll bodies while dolls were inside their bodies, and the ensuing combat, they got their bodies back, but Adam killed the Dr. Deputy's body, so it doesn't have one. Our heroes have also been joined on their quest by the Bone Horse, meaning it is a horse with no skin and no muscles. It's just a skeletal horse fueled by fire at its heart, Rumpleforeskin, who has been journeying along with our heroes, hoping to find their own pack of horses that have been lost somewhere in Ravenloft because they were forced to pretend to be just a dumb bone horse when they in fact have a full personality. Our heroes escaped the dolls. They were threatened by a demon named Acer Sanguine, who flew back up to a flying castle in the sky, they assume, is what they've been told. And before doing that, however, this demon, horrified by the fact that a new band of heroes would show up, there's a new chosen one who everyone they've bumped into has decided is New Rogue, much to New Rogue's botherment, because he's so humble and he's just a small town cleric trying to do the right thing. And we all know that's how the myths get started. This demon created 4 evil copies of our heroes and teleported them via lightning throughout this realm. They went forwards, ended up getting attacked by monsters in the woods and rescued by robots with flamethrowers and flying robots with rifles. They were brought back to Protection Town, where they met Denton Arthur, an old man and artificer who is taking care of a village, tragically having lost all of its inhabitants, so he has been left just with his robots protecting the place. He's called Protection Town, and our heroes ended up meeting him, befriending him. He's going to help them out with some various things. Dell's missing a finger because she ripped a cursed ring off her hand along with the finger it was attached to. The doctor deputy, who is trapped in about a foot tall or half a foot tall doll body, is getting a murderous robot suit to be put into. Unfortunately, his general evil was considered a door when he was not capable of violence, but now that he will have a gun and has spoken about killing villagers, the party, minus Shadow Nemesis, is somewhat concerned about arming him inside a giant robot. There has been inter-party conflict over the last couple of episodes. Shadow Nemesis found a ruined house that had some small furniture in it that he declared Chateau Nemesis and said everyone should stay there. However, he has been hungry with his symbiote wanting brains. They decided to have a snack by hiding out in the bathroom. Because they did that, Dell needed to go to the bathroom, and due to a confluence of terrible die rolls in a row, Dell had a bathroom accident in a nearby house. Last episode, they all worked together, and by all, I mean Rumpleforeskin and Tyler, because no one told New Rogue or Shadow Nemesis to get Dell cleaned up and back in action. Meanwhile, New Rogue has been determined to win over the Squire and convince it to lead a better life. There was a showdown between the two where Shadow Nemesis and New Rogue finally had it out. The Squire did not choose a side. It asked Tyler to tell him to choose a side. Tyler picked New Rogue, and then Shadow Nemesis had a meltdown. Dell showed up to try to convince everyone to remain friends because this is a horrifying realm, and it seems like the worst combat is happening inside a town where everyone doesn't have any villainous threats. And then Shadow Nemesis decided to leave. Dell tried to stop him and accidentally threw him through a window, and he left very mad. Tyler used a spell to try to trick Shadow Nemesis to come back by doing an impersonation of the voice of the symbiote inside Shadow Nemesis's head. And we ended the episode with Shadow Nemesis turning to go back, only to find a beautiful demoness standing on the roof alongside him.
All right.
And New Rogue, I think, was back and teaching Dr. Deputy to pray. So we also need to see where that's going. But that is our update with all the information right now. If everybody's got their dice, if everybody's got their business, it is time for us to return to Ravenloft. Shadow Nemesis, you turn and find yourself gazing into the eyes of an absolutely beautiful demoness, but she is exquisitely beautiful and perfect for you. So what does this demoness look like if you were going to describe the most beautiful demoness?
Ah, jeez.
Of all the things I've asked you to do, that's the problem.
This is the one that troubles you. Come on, Alex doesn't love cream, does she?
Well, okay. Well, does she have like wings and stuff?
Yes.
Okay, so she got wings. Does she have like a little like stereotypical like devil tail or something, like a nightcrawler tail kind of, you know what I mean? Like there's a big triangle on the end.
Would you think that's super hot?
Yeah.
These are the real questions. Let's get into it. Let's
got
get
that tail.
Yes.
Yeah. Perfect triangle. Oh boy. Okay,
It's too vulnerable. This is too real.
Getting weird. Okay.
Getting weird. It was like, what's a beautiful woman look like? And you covered wings and a tail.
Okay. Maybe.
I was saying, if you want to choose a celebrity casting, we can make this a little easier. Does that make it better? What Hollywood celebrity would you cast as like the beautiful lady?
Oh my goodness. Christina Hendricks from like Mad Men.
That's a good call. Yeah.
Yeah, and but she's dressed like Red Sonja.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, we're going for it.
No, that's
what we need.
Very specifically like a certain kind of demoness for sure. Yeah.
Shadow Nemesis's preferred demoness.
Yeah.
Yes, Shadow Nemesis. Yes.
Yes.
Wait, so she's dressed like Bridget Nielsen? Is that
from? Well, is that her character from Mad Men?
No, he's jumping to a Red Sonja thing. We're fine. She looks like Christina Hendricks in a red.
I'm talking like Dynamite Comics, like that kind of deal. Yeah.
Sure.
So she looks like that.
Okay.
And she looks at you and just says, "Oh, aren't you delicious?"
Okay.
I love how uncomfortable this has made you instantly. This is tremendous.
I gotta play it cool, right? So how far away is she? She's like right in my face.
She's like 5 feet from you. She's not so close that it's uncomfortable, but she's close enough that it's clearly an intimate conversation.
Okay. Well, I got my. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hands on my hips, kind of act cool, but I'm gonna do that like cowboy thing where you always keep your hand on like just lightly on the butt of your gun, just so it's ready, just so if I need to, I can like ba ba ba, because she could be trouble and not the good kind. So I'll stand there with my hands on my hips and I'll be like. Impressive. It takes much to sneak up on one such as I.
Of course, you must be Shadow Nemesis, just the truly most powerful, most handsome villain in all the realm.
It appears my reputation precedes me, but who might you be?
I am Lucretia Sanguine.
I'm going to write that down. How do you spell that? Lucretia?
Lucretia.
Lucretia. You said your last name. What was that, Lucretia?
Sanguine.
Sanguine.
I love a man who writes things down.
Like SANGU.
UINE.
Gwyn, excellent.
It's blood related, but
oh, I see. So, what's a demon like you doing in a place like this?
I'm looking for a man like you. But first, let's see how strong your willpower is. Can you roll me a wisdom save?
Oh, my wisdom is 0. Oh, danger sense. Can I like?
Nope.
Oh. All right.
Danger sense with the hands and all.
Sense. Oh, that's a solid 11.
Solid 11. You are immediately charmed by this demoness. So you have to do everything she says, unless it would bring harm to you.
I think I passed my wisdom save.
Oh, you did. So strong, so powerful, and so delightfully open. So, am I your type, handsome?
Yeah. I'd say you're my type.
So let's say I could walk you into an ethereal bedroom of mine, and you and I could have a whole evening of adventures. I'm, to be clear, still leaving this entirely up to you, even though I could boss you around all I want, but I prefer willing partners.
I think I gotta do what you say, so if that's the plan, then...
No, I want to be cleared, narratively as the DM, that I am leaving this entirely up to you. And interestingly enough, so is she. She worded it very specifically so you could make your own choices.
Well, hey, Lucretia, I got an idea. Why don't we go on a date first? I'm a little bit peckish, and I was just about to grab something to eat before I headed back to my loser friends who kicked me out. They threw me. Can you believe it? They literally threw me through a window after stealing my friend.
Wow, I am so disappointed in them, but I'm so proud of you for standing up for yourself.
Yes, I ran away from them. Good for me.
Like an absolute villain.
Well,
and you can tell that your date is about to begin. But meanwhile, we cut back. There is a small candle that has only a few minutes light that has been sacred flamed into existence. And there is a cleric kneeling next to it, alongside a doll. New rogue, what are you teaching Dr. Deputy about how to pray?
Well, I'm just running through the steps about the purpose of praying and the mood you have to get into. So I'm just trying to get relaxed a bit, and I'm trying to let that, inform him. So it's just like, okay,
and the mists swirl up around you and give you a pop culture reference that helps you fully situate this moment.
Okay. It's like, jeez, what's something? I'm also trying to think. Cause damn it. So it's like, your favorite show is going to come on, and you want to get ready for it. I'm talking, this is 1997, and The Simpsons is coming on. It's Sunday evening, and you just want to get all loose. You have the whole time set up for it right in front of you. You're excited. It's palpable, and use that energy. Just jump into it with the whole, new episode of The Simpsons. This is going to be the best ever.
And you're so excited, and this moment just fills you up that you feel the mists swirl around you, and you're like, it's going to be the best time ever. And that's when just a chill permeates your bones, and you feel yourself gain another point of perspiration.
Ooh. Oh no. Okay. So I have to roll a d6. Okay, 2 points.
You don't have to roll it. It's just there to flavor if you try to use inspiration. It randomizes.
Very good.
Whether or not it works. Or you can purposefully burn it on impactful die rolls in future if you want to be able to make sure your inspiration will still have effect later.
Got you. Okay, so sitting down with my little guy, it's like, aren't you excited? Okay, so first things we want to do is just get a little bit relaxed, okay? Because this is about having fun and expressing yourself. All right?
Okay. And you look down, and he just ragdolls completely to like a totally still doll form with no tension in it.
Love it. But maybe a little more form. You want to have some like a skeleton in your body, if that makes any sense. Okay, so just like upright but relaxed. Okay, you want to give this your full attention, but you're in a relaxed state. All right.
Okay. And he stands up, and you just see the doll stand up and then slump over and relax its limbs.
Oh, very good. Very good. So take a deep breath in through the nose.
I can't breathe. I'm a doll.
Oh, right. And I hardly breathe. So that was happening on me. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So just think about this one god of life, Ezra. He gives everything for us, everything to us. Before him, you're in an abyss, but now he is the light, and you can see a vast expanse. What do you see in that expanse?
I see dead bodies, and I see a dead horse, and I see a fire, and I see bugs in a man's eyes.
Enough of what that is.
Okay.
Let's just refresh here. Okay. So,
okay.
Find your happy place, but keep it not morbid, because we're expressing a love of life.
Yeah.
And okay, good. So think about love. Now think about, it's like you're almost in a well, and you have these giant hands coming down to rescue you, pick you up from inside this dark well. What do you want to say? What do you want to say to that voice in the sky for rescuing you?
Thanks, I guess. I didn't want to die in a well.
Oh, you didn't want to die in a well? So what feelings do you have towards this rescuer? How does this rescuer make you feel? Is it a hunky rescuer saving you from that dirty hole?
Wait, what?
Yeah, let its hands fist down that hole. Let her grab your little neck, pull you up like a little worm. What are you going to say to that god, huh?
Uncle Juice, why are you making doing it sounds?
This isn't doing what? Doing what? We're praying. We're showing thanks. Dr. Deputy.
That's not what those sounds mean. I may be a squire who came from an egg, but even I know what sex sounds are like, and that is, you sound horny.
No, I'm not horny, okay?
But you want to know how hunky God was, and then there was fisting, and then you just started moaning.
Well, you know, the giver of life, I mean, that's very, I don't know, I find it kind of, it's, he gave life, he gives everything, and I don't know,
I'm glad you're into it. I'm not trying to like shut that down, but like it seems like you're kind of mixing me up in it, and I did not know that was what I was getting into. Do I got to get horny to pray? Because I'm a squire and we come from egg. I don't do that.
You come from an egg?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great. I mean, I think I came from an egg too, but like an eternal egg. So I think we're on the same wavelength. Does that make sense? Yeah. Everything starts out in an egg.
They got to be innocent if we're both from an egg. Then we're not doing it. We're egg people. So, oh God, you're so good.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, tell God how much you want to cast a spell.
I want to cast it so bad. Give me your powers.
Oh yeah, how fucking bad do you want to cast a spell?
Tyler and Del, could you both roll me a perception?
I do not wish to perceive this. It's a 12.
Can I take my perspiration to just really make sure I don't catch any of this?
I mean, it may not give you the result you want, but yeah, baby, go for it.
Sure, I'm spending the perspiration.
The perspiration is like, stop.
Okay. That's a total of 13.
Yep, the DC was 5 because you're inside Chateau Nemesis. So you were having this conversation trying to run your elaborate Shadow Master scam when you start hearing this behind you. This is definitely happening. What are you two doing?
Should we, while we're waiting for Shadow Nemesis, should we acknowledge any of this, or are we letting it ride? Are we just...
Oh, Leif!
I do not want to interact with it personally, but I don't know.
Let me kill the villagers.
Yeah, I'm a wick. You're the flame.
I don't... Maybe we should just step outside. I don't want to...
Yeah, can we walk away a little bit? Let's just walk, we can still look for when Shadow Nemesis comes back, but we don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We lost Adam for a second.
He's gone again.
Yeah. We'll know something's wrong if we stop hearing the sound of coming. So that's fine. Like...
Yeah. I didn't even want to put the word to it. I wanted to just... Okay, keep walking.
This is praying.
Yes. All right. Yeah.
I'm praying so hard.
And it gets quieter, right? Because we're leaving. So
yeah, we're walking away.
It gets quieter.
The door closes behind you. New Rogue, is there a planned end to this prayer, or do you just keep this going for as long as you can?
No, there is an ending. So I'm going to hand him, while he's praying, I'm giving him my melted holy symbol. And I place it in his hands because I figure we both have our hands together. I'm going to wedge it between his two little doll hands. And I see, that was very good. You showed a lot of passion for God.
But why didn't I get to use the magics?
In time, it will come. Oh, in time,
I have to
it
do
will
this
come.
again?
You have to show thanks to your God as much as possible. You have to...
Gross.
Yeah, you have to tell him when you've sinned. You have to tell him when you haven't sinned. You have to tell him, anything that's inside your little head. You have to show how thankful you are. I mean...
So do I get to do a guiding bolt now?
Well, let's try it, little guy. Do you feel the tentacles of God swishing through that little brain of yours? Do you feel it wrapping around your soul?
And he does a little karate hands, and then you feel the mists swirl up from beneath you, New Rogue. Can you roll me a d6?
Oh,
Certainly going to try.
Oh,
Give it a shot.
It's a 4.
Ooh.
I'm gonna do so good, etc. Ooh, it's so tentacly, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
And just a guiding bolt shoots out and blows a hole through the wall of the cabin.
You're truly touched. You are one of the vessels of Ezra.
Okay. What does that mean?
That means you have the holy touch within you. You can wield some of the powers of a cleric.
Oh, cool.
It took me so long just to be able to do anything right. Most of what I did was Austin Powers based, and I didn't even know it at the time.
Who's Austin Powers?
It's some dude with like a crumpled velvet suit and who's very horny.
So, like, that dude taught you to be horny, and then you taught me to be, like, horny sounding, and apparently that's enough.
I'm having a breakthrough. Dr. Deputy, there's a new level to my religious belief. You just blew my mind. We're in this journey together now, brother.
Yay, I guess.
Yay, indeed. Praise Ezra.
And they just pass another guiding bolt that blows a hole through the wall.
You must never tell your adopted father about this.
What? I gotta show him right away. He's gonna want me to do this. We can kill so many things with this power.
No, he doesn't understand faith. He would only judge you for it. You must get to a place where you're able to get beyond his clutches.
Wait,
are
you telling me I gotta leave my dad?
I'm telling you, when the time comes, you must make that decision on your own.
Oh, good. Then I'll just stay with my dad. That's crazy.
Oh, okay, fine. But just remember, you're being led by the guiding light of Ezra now. And that means you have to walk a certain path. You have to have some morals now. You have to do what's good. And you have to do that which preserves life.
No, that's not true. Because, see, I got the guiding bolt for saying the words, and then I'm going to get a gun. That's how it works.
You couldn't have done it without having the belief behind you. There's some love in you. You must focus on the love.
Can you roll me a persuasion?
Oh, I'm going to roll it all right. Can I use a point of inspiration on that?
Yeah, you can. But you also have, I believe, a point of perspiration. So can you roll me a d6?
Okay. Remember, it's all about love. Everything's about love. And I believe you have love inside of you. So much fucking love. It's a 2.
All right. Can you roll another d20 and then choose the lower one? As the fear flows through you.
It's a 4.
That's when the Dr. Deputy looks at you and goes,
Uncle Juice, you taught me so good. Mm-hmm. Also, you're wrong. Because secretly, I was praying to the god of death the whole time. Woo! Death.
No, give it back. Give those cleric powers back. I don't want you worshiping death.
Yeah, well, life and death kind of similar according to the philosophical education you gave me earlier. So,
No! Yay!
We'll take a quick commercial break. We know what's happening inside Chateau Nemesis, but stepping out the front door when the door closes behind you, Dell and Tyler, you find yourself outside with the quiet prayer/moans taking place inside the building behind you. What do you say to each other as you have this very strange moment outside this front door?
How are things worse right now? How is that a thing?
Yeah, we're not a great group, are we? Just kind of when you get a little bit of peacetime, you kind of see what's going on internally here, and we God, we don't have something to hit. We go after each other.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I wouldn't tell anybody but you, but I mean, that's kind of how it's always been. I mean,
what?
Well, you know how there was like that rival, comedy troupe that Adam really hated?
Yeah. What was their name again? Sorry, Del.
Why? Their name was
they were like the antithesis to us, right?
Their name was Skittle Squanch.
Here we go.
Just write that down.
Well, yeah, Skittle Squanch. I couldn't remember the name.
Skittle Squanch, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't tell anyone else.
I will also say their lead performer, just so you guys can remember this, kind of the star of the show. You know how, you've got Adam who kind of pulls focus in your group sometimes in performance. They had a performer who just went by the name Beanbag.
Is this previously established canon?
It is now.
It is now.
Okay. I wasn't sure if this was
You've
actual
known this
stuff.
the whole time, but we're just confirming it out loud.
Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Skittle Squanch, it was like Beanbag and the other two.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone else. I made them up. I paid a guy on Craigslist to do a photo shoot and then made posters. Look, it's because without something to work against, everything falls apart, and Adam was causing trouble, and I felt like if I wrote on the poster, like, we're better than wet change, I hate Adam, and it really worked. Like, everybody kind of...
That's so hard to be better than Skittle Squanch. Did you make up those press releases? And
worked really hard. That is the hardest that we've ever worked.
I missed my sister's wedding because I decided to write scripts in sketches instead of going to her wedding. Well, I was so committed to beating Skittle Squanch and being the better sketch group. They were made up.
Your scripts were great, and those were made up. The hard work you did, that was real.
Why are you telling me this?
I guess it feels good to get it off my chest, but also I'm just saying that without something to work hard against, the troupe doesn't really work well together. And being the manager, I try to just keep managing it, but...
And this is the moment where two things happen simultaneously. You both, out of the corner of your eye, see Shadow Nemesis on the roof 120 feet away, talking to an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous demoness. This demoness looks absolutely gorgeous to each of you because it is your ideal partner in this world. What do both of you see when you see the demoness?
Oh.
Mine's easy. Mine's easy. It's super goth Rihanna.
Super goth Rihanna.
With wings and
awesome.
a tail. Yep,
yeah.
If it's like supernaturally perfect, perfect beauty or whatever, I think it keeps changing from my perspective. I think it's morphing and shifting. But every single one, like, it's just the greatest hits of just like hotness kind of stuff.
And for you, whatever you're seeing in any given moment feels like what you saw the whole time. So it's just shifting, but always appealing. And it feels like a constant to you, even though from the outside it wouldn't be. And so you see this beautiful demoness talking to Shadow Nemesis 120 feet away. And that's when two holes are punched through the wall of the Chateau Nemesis behind you as guiding bolts go off from inside. What do you do?
I do that look of like the sound is over here in my peripheral. So I turn my head, but my eyes stay locked on this supernatural creature until it's just not physically possible to keep looking in that direction when something is calling my attention over here. And I look to the shack.
And I'm like, Shadow Nemesis is in danger.
Okay, so it seems like one of you is turning back and the other is going for Shadow Nemesis. Does that sound about right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, can you both roll me initiative? Because I want to know what happens first.
19 for me.
10 for me.
Okay, Tyler, you turn. It makes sense. Del, you head for Shadow Nemesis. Tyler, you turn back and just get to open a cottage door, and you find, a horrifying, creepy cottage that's really a crypt keeper's refuse place that's been left behind for decades.
Yeah.
And inside, you find New Rogue looking shocked and horrified, and a absolutely deliriously happy Dr. Deputy going, "Yay, death!"
Is everyone okay? What just happened to the wall?
Dr. Deputy used cleric powers and blew a hole through the wall, but he was inspired by death, the grim visage of death.
That's bad.
Yeah,
right?
it's bad.
Yeah.
And
That's
bad.
great. I'm so powerful now. Yeah, good death, opposite of life. Look at us, Uncle Juice. We're opposites now. We're like a yin yang.
How do you know? He's using my words against me. Tyler, I tried to turn him to the path of light, and now he's going down the wrong path.
Well, okay.
I gave him my holy symbol.
Do you want it back?
Yeah.
Deputy, could you please give it back to?
No, he gave it to me.
No, I only gave it to you just for that one moment. You have to give it back to me. That's the rules. That's how it works.
That's not no take-backsies. You gave a gift
No.
for accepting. You gave a gift.
back.
Come on, dude, give it back to him.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
He's gonna make a run for it. Are you gonna try to stop him? What's your response to this?
Yeah, I'm going to try and stop him. Dr. Deputy, I'm the uncle. Uncle Juice, give it back.
All right, I need you to roll me an acrobatics, and I'm gonna roll one for Dr. Deputy.
Oh, God. Make it or break it. Well, it's very good. It is an 11.
Dr. Deputy rolled a 3, so you catch him immediately.
Yeah. Get it. Now, listen, little guy. That holy symbol was just for the moment when we were praying. It was to basically, inspire you, to reach deep down into your soul and pull out the love. Focus on the gooey love.
So I just want to be clear. If I'd said yay life, would I still got to keep this?
Knowing what I know now.
Yeah, but like if you didn't know.
You mean if you lied to me, would you still be able to keep it?
Yeah.
Yes, you would have been able to keep it, but not anymore. Not anymore.
This sucks.
I'm sorry, but hey, I think it's good. That you're channeling some divinity in you, and you know what? We all start off at one place and we end up at a different place. So
So where are you going?
I'm going all the way to the top, baby. Okay, I am going to be the #1 cleric of Ezra because I'm the chosen one, and I have to live up. I have to live up to the ideals of this religion. Let me tell you, and that's where I'm going.
And
what
that
about
sounds
you?
great. Let's not ask any more questions. We need to leave. Something is happening to Shadow Nemesis. Del says he's in trouble.
Guy, can you roll me a D10 and a D4?
Oh boy. Yes. D10 and a D4. There it is. Sorry, looking for my D10. Is this it? Which one's the D10? Jeez, I'm going to do the D4 first.
And
It's got his
10 sides on it.
Start counting.
Try
0 or 00. Either one of those will be your 10-sided die.
0 double tap. Okay, sorry, buddies. There it is. Is that it? Oh my god! I think I dropped it. That's why. Hold on.
Oh, so of the dice you were looking at, it was not even among them.
Yeah,
Got
no,
okay.
it wasn't. Sorry. Okay, so that is the D10 is a 7, and the D4 is a 3.
And what's your strength modifier?
My strength, it's a +2.
+2. Dr. Deputy looks up at you and says,
Well, maybe you like death too.
as you see your hands start to burn through his doll body, and he takes 12 points of damage.
Good Lord.
Commercial break.
Fuck.
Dr. Deputy, the doll goes limp in your hands, new rogue, as they begin to melt through his doll body. What do you do?
Oh no, I'm going to actually use some of my magic right away. I'm going to take the I'm going to take back my little seal. I already have it. Also, I got it back from him, and I'm going to do channel divinity, preserve life. Yeah, so I present my holy symbol, and I evoke healing energy that can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times my cleric level. So like 3 times 5, so 15, and then I choose any creature within 30 feet of me and divide those hit points among them. So I'm going to put the symbol down basically on his chest without it touching him, and I'm just going to like.
Have you taken him out of your hands, I assume?
Oh, for sure. I totally let go of him as soon as I realized I was throttling him like Homer Simpson. I'm dropping him like, come here, boy. And then I put that symbol down on it. I'm like, my divinity, I must preserve your life. And then, I have to hit points. So yeah, level 2.
I think you can restore up to half his hit points. So I think he gets half of them back.
Okay.
From what I remember of channel divinity. Let me look this up so we're 100% because.
Yeah, I can't use this on an undead or a construct. Wait, is he a construct?
He a doll, baby. There we go.
No!
So it doesn't matter how much this does. You try to use this magic and nothing whatsoever happens. Tyler, you are looking at the scene. What do you do?
Oh, God.
My son.
Rogue. It's fine. Get up off the ground, go outside, help Dell, who is trying to help Shadow Nemesis. I will be there in a second. I will help little guy here, okay?
Okay, tell him I'm sorry. Sorry. Yep. And then I run out.
And like as you like run past me, I'm just gonna say like, and this means nothing to you because you're new rogue, but Skittle Squanch aren't real. And I just go.
Okay.
I had to tell someone that's fucked up, and I go down to the doll.
Great. What do you do?
I produce, I believe, my one other potion that I think I can use currently to just pour on this little doll body. I think it worked before. I can't remember, but I'm going to give it a shot on this guy.
Great. And as you do that, you feel the mists swirl up around you. Can you roll me a D6?
Sure they do. That's a 1.
Oh.
So I drown him. I drown him in potion fluid.
My boy.
No.
My boy.
You pour the potion on him, but somehow you see that it's interacting with the holy magic that he channeled a moment ago, so it's not permeating the wood. It's dripping off of him and following the path of one of the guiding bolts that have been fired at the wall.
Oh, God. Oh, come on. And I put that together, that it's following guiding bolt?
I mean, you can see holes in the wall from where you are, and it's going from him towards the hole in the wall.
I like pick him up, his little doll body, and like as it's like trickling across the floor, this potion fluid, I like try to dam the flow with his body. Like, no, that's your home. Go in there. Go in him.
Can you
supposed to be like a second?
Can you roll me a perception?
15.
15. You just hear a little voice go.
Huh? And I put him up to my ear. Huh?
Needle something.
Oh God.
Needle for a day.
There's nothing. You know there's nothing. This is an empty town. Hang in there. I'm going to put him on my pocket. There's nothing alive around here.
Do you want to roll me a perception?
Yeah, sure.
I would accept perception or insight or investigation.
I'm looking. Perception. Yeah.
Great.
18.
18.
Sorry, 17, if it matters.
17. Okay, the things that you would be aware of or have seen in town. Theoretically, there is Denton Arthur, and logically, there have to be rats somewhere.
We got a hat that makes rats. Okay, so
you're gonna book it after your friends?
Yeah, let me just look at how long it takes to 1 hour to cast Find Familiar. Sorry, buddy. You're not going to be able to help me look for stuff. Anything else that I could use magically? Nope. Not really. This is a shack. If it occurs to me that there are rats around here, because Denton Arthur, it occurs to me briefly, he is flesh and blood that is around, but that is immediately, no, that's a non-starter. I'm not doing that. If it occurs to me then that there must be rats around, I would think to look around the immediate area for one of those classic Tom and Jerry little mouse hole things in the wall right at the floor kind of thing.
Little door that you open and close.
Yeah, little
Welcome,
door.
Matt.
Yeah.
Great. Can you roll me what is perhaps the most important animal handling roll of the series so far?
No.
And while you roll that, I'm going to cut over to another adventure. Del, you have been running towards Shadow Nemesis, who is on a roof talking with a demon. You feel the mists swirl up around you and buoy you with confidence. You receive 1 point of inspiration.
Oh my gosh. I'm doing the right thing.
Can you roll me an acrobatics? We need to see how fast you're moving relative to a very charmed Shadow Nemesis.
11.
All right, you are making your way there, but you are not quite there yet. New Rogue, can you roll me an acrobatics?
Yes.
As you turn and also book it this way, slightly later, but we'll see if you guys end up meeting up.
That is a 19. Oh no, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, you catch up with Del, so you will both arrive at the same time, and the mists swirl up around you as well, New Rogue, and you gain a point of inspiration.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
But you are not there yet, and up on the roof, the demoness looks at you, Lucretia, and she just says, I happen to have a little picnic laid out for you in the ethereal realm.
Ooh. What's for lunch? Or dinner, or breakfast.
Jesus. Oh, hello. Brains, and more brains.
Oh my God, I was just about to request brains. Do you hear that, Shadow Master? Brains!
This is going to be the best.
Well, how do we get to the ethereal realm? What is the ethereal realm?
Leave that up to me. All you have to do is take my hand. And she extends a hand towards you.
Ooh, okay.
And as you go to reach out, I'm assuming to take it, can I get another acrobatics roll from New Rogue and from Del?
18 this time.
8.
All right, you both get into the house that Shadow Nemesis is on top of. New Rogue, you trip over furniture, but Del, you burst onto the rooftop the moment you see the demoness extend a hand to Shadow Nemesis. What do?
Shadow Nemesis, no, we're your friends.
Yeah, what the? Oh, hey, look who it is. It's my jerk friend that
I know, I'm
through
sorry.
a window
I'm really
and
sorry.
stole my son.
I
That's what I was telling you about Lucretia.
I didn't steal your son, but I'm sorry that I pushed you through a window, and you're awesome, and I hope you feel better. We care about you. And I cast Bardic Inspiration on Shadow Nemesis.
Ooh.
So you get a D6 on whatever your next roll is.
Oh, okay. Do I need to roll anything?
Not currently.
I just did it for fun.
So I'm still wowed by Lucretia.
Oh,
right?
yes, absolutely, yes.
So I'd be like, well, that's very nice of you to say, but in case you can't tell, I got a hot date I gotta go on.
Oh, okay. Ooh, the hot demon lady in this realm. Think about that. Think about that.
Yes, think about
I'm
it.
thinking about it.
Take my hand.
Jesus.
Why don't you take my arm? Because I'm a gentleman.
And New Rogue, you burst onto the roof just as Lucretia links arms with Shadow Nemesis.
Can I grab Shadow Nemesis while this is happening?
Roll me, I would say, acrobatics. Yeah, acrobatics. We'll do that. We'll let everybody race off to see what happens.
All right. Okay, I'm going to use 1 point of my inspiration.
That's great. Do you have any perspiration?
Nope.
All right, then go for it.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you, chat. That's only a 13. That's all I could get. And I'm not trying to grab him to pull him away. I'm like, if this is taking him somewhere I want to go with, but.
Alrighty. Unfortunately, she rolled a 23. So as you leap forwards, she takes Shadow Nemesis's arm and they both disappear.
Oh, bye, losers.
Wait. Face plant on the roof.
Yep. Shadow Nemesis, you immediately find yourself in the ethereal realm. It is very similar to the existing realm. You can still see the material plane in the way that this has been set up. So you can see Dell on the floor. You can see the environment around you. But there's also just been this beautiful picnic laid out just to the left. You can kind of hang out. You can't entirely hear what's happening in the real world unless you were to try to focus on it. Otherwise, you're existing in this other plane, but able to see what's happening.
Well, that's fun. I walk over to like the shadow of Dell and I kind of like put my hand in front of her face and like, I'm just like, look at me. This is fun. Ooh, now for the picnic, Lucretia.
Oh, yes. Come on over here. I've got some brains. And she opens up a picnic basket and it's just overflowing with brains. And then she's like, I've also got pickled brains. And she undoes a little jar and she's got, I have a wine made from synaptic fluid. So it's going to have a little bit of the flavor that you're looking for. Oh, and then for dessert, I have caramelized brains, and she snaps a finger and a little flambe thing appears, and she just starts using a fondue fork to just simmer some brains in some brown sugar glaze.
Oh my goodness. I'm so touched. I am so glad you came into my life. I mean, just started eating brains. And I wove out and like,
you eat with such passion. So dominant, so strong. So tell me about yourself. It's so rare that I meet a specimen as fine as you.
Well, what is there to tell? When I first came here, I was a weak, struggling actor. But then through the help of the Black Knight's helmet, I was able to purge myself of this other self and became my true form of Shadow Nemesis. And I got strong and I got lots of weapons and I got this bag that can hold a bunch of things. And and I got this amulet that's underneath this dress on my head. And what else? Oh, did I say I can grow really big? Watch this. And I like grow like an extra 5 feet. I'm like, isn't this neat?
Oh, you're such a big, strong man. And she reaches up and just runs a hand across the chest of your armor and just says, you seem like someone who's interested in power.
Yes. Unlimited power that no one can take and only I can have me.
So maybe you'd be interested in an alliance. Just you and I building a beautiful, dark future.
Alliance, eh?
Yes.
Tell me more of this alliance.
All I want is tremendous power, limitless brutality, and the tyranny of the future, and to bring forth a wave of new demonic children. And I hunt through this realm to find the right father. Do you have any kind of evil paternal instinct? Because it seems like you do.
Yes, I've actually had a couple kids since I've been here. Two of them haven't really turned out too well. They turned against me, and they're probably traveling through the realms as we speak, trying to hunt me down. After I taught them everything and made them all cool and gave them powers. Oh, I also have another kid. His name is Dr. Deputy, and he's... well, right now he's in the hands of my friends, being turned into an Ezra slave.
Oh, how depressing. It sounds like maybe you needed a bit more of an evil maternal instinct in this racing process.
I mean, I suppose. Are you suggesting something?
I think we should have a child. You and I building darkness into the future together.
Oh.
Perhaps these children weren't enough like you.
And having babies would make them more like me?
Yes, usually they're half like the father and half like the mother.
Oh, I see. Okay. Hey, I should probably just ask this question. I remember this movie I saw, I think it was called Species. And it's this really attractive alien that like kind of runs around and like sleeps with people, but then ultimately kind of eats them at the end. You're not like a I don't know, demon that eats people, kind of like a praying mantis kind of demon. Are you there, honey?
No, I'm a succubus, darling. I'm here to make things incredible and pleasurable and to make deals. That's all. No betrayals. Ugh, those are for the lesser demons. Those are for the violent demons. I'm just looking to make friends and build a future for myself and for those near me, especially big, strong men like you. Ooh.
Ooh. Do I know what succubuses are?
Do you? They're not a D&D thing, so they would apply to just general societal knowledge.
I mean, from what I understand, it's like it's a like they seduce, but then I guess in real life I'm like, well, is this like a drain the life out of you kind of thing, or is it like you're just under their power and you do what they want? So I'm confused about that without a Google search.
And unfortunately, you were in Ravenloft, so you don't have access to a Google search. So
right.
This is the big question at the core of any Shadow Nemesis venture, which is there is a possibility for great power and great evil here, but it could come at great cost. So what are you going to do?
I'll be like, all right, I'll have kids, but if there's any funny stuff, you better believe there's going to be trouble.
Oh, it won't be funny at all. It will be absolutely delightful. And in a snap of Lucretia's fingers, you find yourself in a massive four-pillared bed surrounded by satin. You're dressed exactly in the most seductive outfit you can imagine for yourself. So what is Shadow Nemesis's ideal seduction outfit?
Oh, well, I still have my helmet on. I don't take my helmet off. So it's always my helmet.
Helmet stays on. Got it.
Helmet's on no matter what. Wow, what would Shadow Nemesis think is sexy? Okay, this might be strange. There was this tag team in the WWF back in the day called Demolition. And they were, there was like X and Smash, and they had like face paint on, and they just wore like leather straps and like leather with spikes on it and stuff like that. So it's like very revealing leather underwear with these little straps and like boots and stuff like that.
So S&M gear.
Yeah,
I got it.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
The helmet is on. Yeah.
So
Helmet's on.
But helmet's on, yeah.
In this gear, in your full helmet, as Lucretia seduces you, while several feet away on the material plane, New Rogue and Dell, having lost you to the ethereal plane, have a moment of shocked connection, realizing that you are gone. And Tyler, you are desperately trying to save Dr. Deputy's life because no one else is really aware how at risk it is. And that's the end of this episode.
No! That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras, and our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Nomad the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, Gus Schreider, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Old Man Mojo, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.